You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, you guys, salute everybody tapping on in the building. Appreciate all y'all that's gonna join the stream, man. I want to start off by saying RIP to Nolan Wells. Blessings to his family and justice for Nolan Wells, and hopefully they find out exactly what happened to Nolan Wells. Again, I don't think people listen to my videos when they come in and comment and they say anything. You think it's just cool to come in my comment section and start running off at the mouth, and you don't listen to what I said. I will start off by saying this again. On my channel, I'm going to put facts over feelings every single time. I'm going to say facts over feelings. The facts is that Ben Crump has not come out and stated that he knows what happened to Nolan Wells. The facts is that Ben Crump has not accused anyone of murder. The fact is that the state has not released their results or what they've investigated or his autopsy or his toxicology. So everything in between is only speculation by everybody, because the bottom line is we don't have the factual information yet. We only have bits and pieces of what have been released to the media. And if you are to base your opinions on bits and pieces, well, you are a damn fool without having all or as many of the facts as you can have. Now, why am I doing this video? Because I did a video last night that a lot of you guys probably didn't see because it was late last night. And in that video, I talked about, specifically in that video, I talked about the potential of could Nolan Wells have drowned? Now, in that video, which people do a lot, they didn't listen to what I said in the video, or they only listened to the first 1 or 2 minutes of the video, made their synopsis, left a comment, and tried to disrespect me in the comment section, but didn't even listen to the whole video. It doesn't make any sense. If you're not listening to the video, then why comment? Why comment on something you didn't even read? You just looked at the cover and said, oh, whatever. You didn't even read the book. I said in the video yesterday, what if Nolan Wells did drown, but what if there was foul play involved? That's the question I brought to the table. I've said this 1,000 times. Nothing to me is off the table. Nothing is off the table. I'm going to say it again. Nothing is off the table, in my opinion. Nothing. I don't think any possibility right now is off the table. But I'm going to talk about every single possibility that's in the realm of possibility that can make sense without doing it. And Umar didn't explain it the best. Because Umar, first of all, can't even explain his school. Let's talk about that first and foremost. Secondly, Umar Johnson said, which was a flat out lie, that Nolan Wells, Ilmore, was his stepdaddy. That's a goddamn lie. That's his biological father. So Umar didn't even know what the hell he talking about. He need to go sit down and tell everybody when the school's open with. When he gonna open the school? Y'all been letting him off the hook with that damn school. He can talk about everything except for the school. So I don't want to hear anything from Umar Johnson until he let us know when is the school gonna be open. Period. Don't come in here talking about Umar explaining it back. He does that to y'all every single time. Period. When he talk about when the school is open, tell me about what Umar Johnson talking about. Until then, I don't want to hear nothing else from him. Because all he do is disrespect people, ran around calling people. Anybody who asked him about the school, he called them struggle streamers. I watched this. Called the other black woman who took care of his own mama, Miss Fishy or whatever, said the girl smelled like fish and disrespected her. And y'all coming here talking about, hey man, what about Umar Johnson? Man, nobody want to hear it. It doesn't matter what he say. Period. Now let's get back to this. Last night, I said something. He wasn't hitting on no key factors. He doesn't have the evidence of the case, and neither do I, which is why I told you, I don't know what happened. But I'm going to tell you one thing. The things that I can speak on that are factual surrounding what has been stated, I will. And one of the things is that have been mentioned is by the police. The mama said the police mentioned that, oh, he drowned. Okay, well, let's look at that. Because that's something that's factual that we can talk about. That's not something that's innuendo, right? Period. Let's talk about this. So I said yesterday, what if he did drown, but what if it was foul play? People didn't hear when I said, what if it was foul play? They said, oh, dude, here you go. You're getting paid off. Man, anybody fucking pay me. I said the truth. What if there was foul play involved? What if somebody, as a result, maybe of a fight or anything, something else, and that's how he drowned? Maybe he got disoriented, didn't. So people got mad at me and started saying, dude, you don't know what you're effing talking about, man. He's a great swimmer, man. How the fuck you know he's a great swimmer? Have you ever seen him swim? Have you ever seen him swim? And Umar didn't bring up questions. He brought up allegations. The only question Umar needs to talk about, my brother, is when the school is opening up. That's it. Don't nobody need to ask Umar no more questions except for when is the fucking school open. You can't answer no more questions until you tell us when the goddamn school is going to open, dog. Period. Umar been telling y'all that school going to open for how many years now? But can still go to interviews and have a good face with people. Man, get out of here. Bro, nobody want to hear that shit, man. So anyways, as I said to you guys, right? Now, let's keep going, right? You guys go for that same bullshit every time. And I don't hate Umar Johnson, but Umar Johnson swear he loved black folk. But that black woman that he stated took care of his own mama, he came out and goddamn tore her down in shreds. Said she smelled like fish, all that other shit. Man, y'all praise the type of nigga like that? His own daughter came out here talking about this. Man, that nigga need to get his own house straight before he talk about somebody else. Nobody want to hear that shit, bro. Keep that shit 100. Keep it P, nigga. Before you come in here talking that dumb ass shit, man. Nobody want to hear that, bro. So, like I said, and over here, I'm facts over feelings, nigga. Period. So somebody came in my channel. Dude, how the F do you think he drowned? His mom said he was a great swimmer. Have you ever seen him swim? Let's say he was a great swimmer. Guess what, sir? If you do your research, great swimmers often die in the ocean. You know why? Environmental forces that overpower human, right? Physiology or biological failures triggered by intense exertion. Even elite athletes cannot outswim certain hydrodynamics or bypass the body's involuntarily survival mechanisms, right? But you don't know this. You just, like I said, you just want to be play dumb. You don't want to leave your mind open and say, okay, well, let's wait till the report come out. But until then, let's talk about facts. So when y'all said, and I'm going to say this again, when y'all said that Nolan was a great swimmer, I told y'all last night, that shit don't mean nothing. You can be a great swimmer if you're in water and you can't see where you're going and you're disoriented and you don't know where you are. You don't know because you can't see the surface. Because as I told y'all, they spoke about what we talked about, which is, that's why I put this clear picture up here so y'all can see this, drop-offs, in which if you go off that drop-off, man, that undercurrent can take you down and you're fucked. And if you're in water that looks like this and you can't see underneath that water because it gets dark once you get down underneath that surface a few feet, now you're screwed. Now your mind is panicking. You're going through things. Doesn't matter how great of a swimmer you are. If you don't know where the hell you're going, if you're disoriented, you can swim into the wrong space. People keep saying the audio tells the story. It doesn't tell the story. The audio has not been authenticated. It has a different digital footprint and it's 20 seconds longer than the original. That's why Ben Crump won't even talk about that girl. See, people ain't telling y'all the truth. This is facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Why won't Ben Crump mention that girl's name? Ben Crump know what time it is. Ben Crump know what time it is. Period. Why won't he mention her name? Ben Crump would have took her, did an interview, and championed her in front of the whole world and said, hey, they need to be listening to this. You ain't heard Ben Crump say another fucking word about that audio. Ben Crump came out, did an interview. He did a press conference about the audio almost 2 weeks ago now. He ain't said another word about it. To the person who says nothing you agree with, no, I don't. I'm telling you this. You're coming to my channel saying nothing. I'm saying I don't want to hear nothing Umar Johnson got to say until he opened his school. Umar Johnson went on the interview and said that it was people on the internet that was using Nolan Wells' name for clickbait. He didn't talk about it because he wanted to wait, like he high and almighty over all these people on YouTube. That's what he said. Then he came out and straight up lied and said Nolan Wells was the dude's Elmore was the stepdaddy when Elmore is his biological father. That right there should let you know his research is flawed. Let's start right there. This is the same dude that dressed down that black woman that took care of his mama. This is the same dude that had his own daughter on the internet, blasted him. He's telling all y'all how to live y'all life, but his own daughter said he ain't right. Come on now. But see, y'all don't want to keep this shit 100. To the person who said Ben Crump's team, they already analyzed it and they ain't said a word about it. They already analyzed it. He had that audio analyzed 2 weeks ago. If you have Ben Crump do an interview today and ask him about that girl, Ben Crump ain't gonna say nothing about that girl's name. Ask him. Tell somebody who know Ben Crump, ask him. Facts over feelings. Tell Ben Crump, next time y'all see Ben Crump, tell Ben Crump, hey Ben, I want to ask you about this girl's audio. Ben Crump gonna say, oh no, we can't speculate. Right? That's what he gonna say. Now I've already told y'all, and I'll say it again. Do I think that it's foul play involved? See, people ignore when I say that. They ignore when I say that. See, I said I believe it was a contributing factor. But have I ruled out the possibility that he could have drowned due to a different contributing factor? No, I didn't. And when people say, oh, Ticket, he's a great swimmer, that don't mean a damn thing. You can be the greatest swimmer in the world. It doesn't mean anything. Real talk. Read number 1. Let's debunk the first myth. And you guys can find all this information online. Drowning is loud and obvious. That's a myth. Despite what we see on TV, drowning in reality is usually silent and swift. People who are struggling in water often cannot scream for help because they're focused on trying to stay afloat. They may not have the energy to make noise, and they often struggle silently while attempting to breathe or grab onto something for support. It's important to stay vigilant and watch for signs like a swimmer's head below the water, being low in the water, flailing arms, or a lack of forward motion, even if the person doesn't seem to be panicking. Now let's talk about this. This is the thing everybody's talking about. He's a great swimmer. Myth number 2. Myth number 2. Right? Do y'all see this? Let's read this. Often people believe that strong swimmers are immune to drowning, but that is far from the truth, especially if they're caught off guard. Let's read that again. Let's read that again. Now, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to prepare y'all mind for every single possibility to come up. Now, once again, I said, let me say this again because it's going to be somebody that doesn't have hearing skills in the comment section. They don't want to hear this. All they want is violence. That's it. They don't want to hear any type of thing that could be any type of factual information. But guess what? Ain't none of these people talking took their ass down there to that island and jumped their ass in that water to see for themselves. Let me see the condition for myself. Why not? It's easy to talk from the internet and say anything. It's hard when you talking that shit and eliminating possibilities for you to go down there and get your ass in that water and see. I told y'all I be on the water every single day. That water is no joke. In the ocean, that water is no joke. A human versus the ocean's gonna win damn near every time. Especially if you don't have no help. But let's keep going. Often people believe that strong swimmers are immune to drowning, but that is far from the truth, especially if they're caught off guard by unexpected circumstances such as strong currents, fatigue, or a medical emergency. Swimming in open water such as oceans or rivers is particularly risky because factors like changing tides, waves, and rip currents can quickly overwhelm even skilled and experienced swimmers. In addition, dehydration, hypothermia, and exhaustion can all contribute to drowning, regardless of your swimming ability. And this is the part that people are ignoring. They're putting their feelings over certain factual information instead of using factual information. See, this right here is factual, right? So when they say, oh, well, he was such a great swimmer, doesn't mean shit. That's why I want Ben Crump to go get a diver, put on a GoPro, a regular GoPro, so we can see what it looks like underneath those waters, to see how a person will be able to manage if they fell into a drop-off point and were disoriented because they couldn't see under these murky waters. That's why. That's why I said that day they said it was numerous fights outside. Numerous fights. Right? And that's why I told you guys, when you have people drinking and doing all these things and fighting, you never know what could have contributed. So for everybody just to say, nah, it's this right here, it's this right here, you a damn fool, without all the evidence out, to say it's just that right there. Everybody on that island, from the time he went out there to the time the last person left, I'm looking at all of them. I'm looking at every last one of them. When you program your mind to think something, your mind can automatically think something. But when you say, you know what? And to the lady who says you don't believe he was drinking, ma'am, he had a drink in his hand in the picture. What are you talking about? Literally. And the intake report said that he was heavily drinking. That's the intake report that was from the cops. They said everybody out there was drinking. Matter of fact, the picture I showed y'all yesterday, all them girls in the water had a drink in their hand. Every last girl that's in that water damn near had a drink in their hand right there by that raft. That's supposed to be him right there on that boat. Right? Go look at these various pictures. To the lady who said he wasn't drunk, you don't know. This is the thing. You're saying shit that you don't know, ma'am. You don't know, I don't know. That's why I said facts is that we need to wait on the toxicology. That's facts. Feelings is what you said. Facts is we don't know. Feelings is, oh man, I don't think he was doing it. No. That's, you don't think. That's your feelings. That's not facts. Toxicology are going to show you the facts of whether or not and how much alcohol, if he did or didn't have in his system. See, you have to take your personal feelings out of this. See what I'm saying? You have to, in order to see the whole picture. Because if your personal feelings got you focused on one thing, you could completely miss something different. And to the coach can say this, he can say, oh, I think he was perfectly fine. You might think that. But what if it comes back that the autopsy, the toxicology says that he had a certain level of alcohol or something in his system? Then what is it? The coach said doesn't make none sense. No sense then. Right? So once again, facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. I'm looking at everybody. I ain't putting one person out here. I'm not putting no 2, 3 boys. I want everybody that was on that effing island. And what you guys are doing is, I'm going to say it again. You guys are narrowing this thing down like you have seen. Ben Crump ain't even done this shit. This is why I keep telling people, motherfuckers coming at me. I'm saying the same thing Ben Crump saying, but y'all ain't. That's why I told y'all. If Ben Crump at the end of this don't come out and tell y'all what y'all want to hear, motherfuckers gonna turn on Ben Crump. After Ben Crump done did all this work in the community, watch what I tell y'all. Oh, Ben Crump sold out. He took the bag. No, maybe he just found out that it's not what all y'all think. Trust me. If Ben Crump had a smoking gun right now, that nigga be in front of a microphone in a press conference right now telling everybody, telling the whole world, look at what they did, y'all. They hid this. We're being transparent. First thing he would have did with that audio, he would have did everything all these YouTubers and everybody else on social media been doing with that girl. He ain't do it. He did that press conference down there 2 weeks ago. He ain't said nothing since. And he ain't gonna say nothing. And ask him about it. Don't ask me, ask Ben Crump. I guarantee you he ducked that question like the plague. Them niggas get mad at me because I speak facts over feelings. Why? Because I'm waiting for what comes out in that report. See, I'm not stupid enough to allow my emotions to take over when I'm looking at this situation, and when I have to analyze something, I have to take my feelings of being so upset that this boy lost his life and going out there like that. When you do that, you can misjudge things. You can let your angst and your anger focus you in on one certain thing when you need to be looking at everything. I told y'all, this is why I'm waiting on all of the information to come out. Right? I'm waiting on it all to come out. Because when that report comes out, the toxicology, autopsy, and very important that nobody's talking about, the time of death, that estimated time of death, right? That is what's going to tell, because now it debunks all of the shit. Because now what are people going to try and do? Downplay it. Oh, well, they're lying. How you know? You ain't go out there and do no fucking investigation. You just talking on the internet. That's why I said my mind is open to every single thing until we get all of the information. How can you make an informed decision when you have not heard all the information? You know what that's like, y'all? Let me explain this to y'all mentally, psychologically. That's like if I'm a judge, y'all, and I hear the plaintiff's side of the story, but I don't even listen to the defendant. I've made up my mind after I heard the plaintiff. I don't even listen to the defendant. I don't want to hear that. No, I need to hear what the defendant has to say and what all the evidence the defendant is going to bring to the table before I make a sound decision. Period. If not, you'll be making a one-sided decision, regardless of what you think. Right? So what I'm saying to y'all is this, right? Y'all need to understand something. Until that information come out and give us more information, because we never know if the cops went already arrested somebody else that has something to do with this potentially. We don't know. Everybody on the internet just talking. But when that boy came in there last night talking about something, hey dude, he was a great swimmer. Motherfucker, that shit don't matter. If you're a great swimmer and don't know where you're swimming into or where you're at or you're disoriented, you could be fucked. Didn't I tell you that 24-year-old cop who was a good swimmer just died 3 weeks ago in the river? He drowned right there in the river. He died and drowned. 24-year-old cop. Great shape. Drowned. Look it up. He drowned. Period. Right? I don't think y'all understand this shit, bro. How can you talk if you ain't been out on water? And most of these people, they don't be out on water all the time. They can't tell you anything about the water. They can't tell you nothing about a boat. If you put them on a boat, they couldn't tell you how to control a boat, drive a boat. Bro, I'm gonna tell y'all something. It be some days I won't even get on the fucking water with them jet skis. I be like, man, I ain't getting on the water today with just the way that water looking today. Nah, man. Don't you know I've been on the water sometimes in those fucking jet skis, man? And that water is so goddamn choppy. And that tide is so strong, I don't even want to be on the jet skis. Right? Because I'm going to tell you something. Them jet skis, bro, one time I fucked around and fucked my whole shin up bad. I'm talking about damn near felt like it broke in half when I flipped off that damn jet ski. This was a day I thought the waters was cool. I thought everything was calm, but it wasn't. And I was driving that jet ski and I hit that goddamn I had a strong current out there, man. And that jet ski flipped over. Boom! Nigga, that shit hurt like that shit could damn near kill you. Right? Thank God I had on my life jacket, like you always supposed to have on. And I have videos and pictures of these things. So this is why I be trying to tell y'all. A lot of these people don't understand this stuff. They don't know what they're talking about. Right? You get out there in that water ain't nothing to fucking play with, bro. Right? So when you came to my comment section and said, oh, well, he's a great swimmer, nigga, I don't give a fuck. He could be goddamn Jackie Jones. He could be the best swimmer in the world. If you don't know, if you're disoriented in that water, you could be fucked. Right? Think about getting caught off guard. People, how if somebody can knock you out and you are not looking. Them could be some of the worst knockouts when you're not expecting it. Boom, you laid out. But if you are expecting it, okay, now I'm kind of expecting this now. Think about this. Think about what I just said. Right? And I want y'all to think about something too, man. Again, that's why I'm waiting. I have not eliminated none of these people. People think because, I haven't eliminated anybody. I'm looking at everybody. Until I get more evidence, bro, ain't nobody that's out here involved in this situation is off the hook, in my opinion. Nobody. That befuddles me. How people can say anybody is exonerated in this case when you haven't even seen the real evidence. Ben Crump and them don't even know what's happening. They're still asking for answers because this hasn't gone to a grand jury. This is why I'm trying to tell y'all this shit. Bro, I don't understand what the hell is wrong with people. So that's why I said when that boy came in here, was like, oh, dude, he didn't drown. He's a great fucking. I said, bro, how do you know something didn't happen and he ended up drowning, getting disoriented and drowning? He's a great swimmer, bro. A motherfucker can be a great swimmer. That don't mean shit. It's a lot of great swimmers that drown. If you get caught in water, disoriented, don't know where you're going, you could be swimming in the wrong place. You get caught in one of those currents, it don't matter how hard you swimming the wrong way, you swimming into some shit. That's why I told y'all, facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. Your feelings, your emotion have you outraged that this young black man went off with those white boys and he didn't come back home. I feel that way too. But your emotions and your feelings will cause you. When you don't have all the evidence to key in on somebody, maybe you don't like something about this person. When really, you should be looking at everybody until the evidence that's actually been released by the investigators on both sides, Ben Crump's side and the state side. Because it could open up Pandora's box. And what you think could be something completely different. Think about this, y'all. That's why I said. And everybody's saying, no, I think it's him. I told y'all, they did the same shit with O.J. Simpson. The greatest lie ever told. They made y'all focus all of your energy on only O.J. Simpson. They didn't even give you the possibility that nobody else committed that crime to two people. Not one, two human beings. They made you ignore that there was a racist cop, that they proved he was a stone cold racist that was leading the case. They made you ignore that this cop on the stand refused to testify to whether or not he planted evidence. They had it in your mind that O.J. Simpson murdered these people, period. And nobody else thought about anything else. No other suspects. No possibility that somebody else could have did this. Because their anger, their rage was all focused on one person. That's why you have to step back sometimes and say, let me take a step back and look at this whole situation. And when I look at this whole situation, I'm sorry, y'all. Ain't no questions really been answered. Why? Because we don't have any of the factual information. Ben Crump, his autopsy was inconclusive. They couldn't tell how Nolan Wells died, but people are telling y'all what happened when Ben Crump himself said, hey, we don't know how it happened. To the person who says nobody accused, yes, they are accusing. What are you talking about? People are out here stone cold saying that Bart and these other boys committed a murder. They are. They're on YouTube. They're on Facebook. They're all on social media. Stop lying. They're out here accusing these boys of being involved. What the hell is you talking about? Talking about nobody's accusing. Sit down and shut up. You don't know what the hell you talking about. They're blatantly out here accusing them. What are you talking about? After that girl released that tape, these people came out here straight up. They didn't question the authenticity of the tape. None of that shit. They didn't say, hey, man, let me wait and see what Ben Crump say first. Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. That's why I told y'all, if you have a leader, you have to follow a leader. Ben Crump is a leader. I've seen Ben Crump in this situation. I'm going to follow the leader. Because Ben Crump, he got actual investigators in the field. So if Ben Crump ain't saying nothing, or if Ben Crump's out here saying, hey, man, I can't speculate, man. I ain't accusing nobody of nothing. Then I already know, okay, I'm taking that tip from, why? Because I know how Ben Crump get down. If Ben Crump got something and he got something for real, oh, that nigga gonna talk. He gonna talk about that. That nigga gonna say, hey, that nigga gonna stand on that. He gonna have a press conference and he gonna scream to the high heavens. It's almost like a poker game. But Ben Crump, he's not making no fucking move. Unless he know his hand, he got a winning hand. So me watching him watch his words and what he say, it lets me know where he's at in the investigation. The FBI is involved. What are you talking about? See, you keep saying stuff that you don't even know that's going on, sir. The FBI is involved, sir. Ben Crump is the reason why the FBI is involved. You just come on the internet saying stuff, bro. You're misinformed, brother. You're very misinformed, brother. Very misinformed. That's why the case is what's going on with it right now at this level. Right? So I advise everybody, because I told y'all, the grand jury is going to reconvene the second Monday in October. That's when the grand jury reconvenes. When they reconvene, when that grand jury come out, now remember I told y'all this. Everybody was out here talking shit. They're not going to be able to get a conviction on for the murder of or the death of Celeste Rivas. Boy, did they lie. You see how much evidence the cops had when they finally... Did y'all not see this? You have to watch these things I'm telling y'all. Right? You have to watch these things that I'm saying. Hold on. So I try to tell y'all this, right? A lot of you guys, like I said, y'all don't want to listen, man. You don't want to listen, bro. So when I say this stuff, make sure you understand that, right? Make sure you understand that. So I'm just telling y'all what it is, man. You guys, again, man, y'all can feel how y'all want to feel about the situation, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to come out here and say something definitively until I get the information from Crump and from them investigators. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. What they come out with and what it's going, bro, I'm telling y'all, it's going to shake this whole case up. I believe they got something. I'm telling y'all, I believe they got, and I believe what they got is completely different than what these people on the internet think. That's why I haven't closed nobody. I don't trust nobody. Nobody. Until proven otherwise. I have to see evidence from the investigation that tell me, okay, well, you're not involved. Or it was this. But I'm not going to accuse somebody until I actually have the official evidence. Now, this girl says she doesn't trust Ben Crump at all. I don't know why. Why don't you trust Ben Crump, man? I would love to hear the answer to that question. When Ben Crump, Ben Crump, his resume speaks for itself. Now, you said you don't like Ben Crump, or you don't trust Ben Crump. Why don't you trust Ben Crump? I would love to hear the answer to that question. His resume speaks for itself. Why don't you trust Ben Crump? I would love to hear the answer to that question, man. I guess you don't have no answer, right? I want the brother's parents to find out what really happened to him, man, so that they can go ahead and finish grieving. And to the person who said I come on here and talk about what I think, yeah, because it's my mind, it's what I think. And what I think is that I think that we should be waiting until all the evidence come out. Nigga, if you got a problem with it, don't watch the video. If you got a problem with it, get to stepping, nigga. Ain't nobody drag you by the back of your head and make you be in here, dog. Sit your ass down and shut the fuck up. You said I've been all over the place. No, I haven't. I said the same thing every single time. Ask everybody in the comment section. I said, I don't know what happened. I said, I believe there was foul play involved, but I don't know what happened, and I ain't accusing somebody of murder until I have evidence, nigga. What you mean I've been all over the place? That's the same thing I've said every single time. The fuck is wrong with you, boy? Do you have problems hearing? Huh? You said he only shows up for the black community and whites involved. What do you mean show up? They called him. They called him. The family called him. The family called him. What are we talking about? How you gonna get mad at somebody when he's gonna show up? He's the lawyer. He's gonna show up when you hire him, ma'am. He's called a civil rights attorney. What the fuck is wrong with you? Something is seriously wrong with people and how they think and process information on the internet. This one weirdo get mad because he said, hey, man, you come on here, you ain't got no... Nigga, it ain't none. The goddamn Ben Crumpets came out here and said what? Man, we don't know. We try to get answers. The state ain't said nothing. The hell is wrong with you? I've said from the very beginning. And if Ben Crump has something, that motherfucker will be out here like The Rock on a press conference, exposing their ass. But y'all get mad at me because I say, hey, man, hold on, bro. Let's just wait until all that evidence come out. And then once that evidence come out, and it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts, that's when you jump on their ass. Period. To the person who said he would have never showed up. What are you talking about? He'd have never showed up. She called him. What the fuck is wrong? Hold on. Something has to be wrong. It has to be something wrong with the way we're thinking on the internet. What in the blue hell is wrong with you? You said 100, he would have never showed up at the sheriff. She called him. The fuck wrong with you? Talking about he wouldn't have showed up. If she didn't call him, he wouldn't have showed up. They had to call and contract, hire him. What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Let me repeat this again. Ben Crump is a civil rights attorney. Do you not understand this? Do you not understand what civil rights means? Do you not understand what civil rights means? So, let me explain this to you. When black folk feel like they're not going to get a fair shake from white folk, they call a civil rights attorney. Right? Now, if you shot somebody, what do? You call a criminal defense attorney. You want me to keep going? You want me to keep going? You get into a car accident. You call A what, ma'am? A personal injury lawyer. Use your brain. The hell is you coming on here just running your mouth saying anything and don't know what you saying? Don't know if you coming or going. The hell is wrong with people, man? What's wrong with these people? They come on the internet and say anything. Say anything. You said I'm reading what you. No. I read exactly what you said. You said Ben Crump. People said Ben Crump only showed for black people. What are you talking about? He's a civil rights attorney. He worked for black folks. What are you talking about? That's Al Sharpton. He has the National Action Network. Black folks have a problem where you feel like you're being racially discriminated against, so it's an issue, you call Al Sharpton. He get the National Action Network. That's what they. What the hell is wrong with these people? Everybody has a field and a purpose. What is wrong with you? I swear, bro, the internet, man, is a dangerous place. I'm telling y'all this, bro. It's a very dangerous place, man. Very dangerous place, bro. Peep what I just told y'all. Peep what I just told y'all. Ben Crump came, he was called in. He came in and got everybody talking. Right? You said, why did they call Ben Crump? The family called Ben Crump because the white man in Mississippi, which is known for racism, right? They've been known for racism. This is not allegation. These are facts. They did not like what they were told about the death of their son. And because they wanted to make sure that they got a fair, impartial investigation, that's why they called Ben Crump. Because they're black in a state that has a history of racism. A history of not investigating crimes the same way. Ben Crump just had a case in 2022 down there with Rasheem Carter. Look it up. What in the world are you talking about, man? I don't understand this. You said according to Judge Joe Brown. What the fuck is Judge Joe Brown doing? Judge Joe Brown ain't out here in the field. Yo, don't tell me what to stay on focus on, nigga. I cook anything and everything, nigga. I can multitask. Judge Joe Brown ain't out here in the field. Judge Joe Brown only stay out here buck dancing. Where is that nigga at? Where is his antennas at when black folks need him? He need to go sit his ass down. He ain't out here frontlining this shit. Period. That nigga can't say nothing to Ben Crump. It's levels to this. Yo, you say calm down, bro. You don't come on my channel telling me to calm down, man. Sit your goddamn on Coco Beware looking ass down somewhere, man, and get your ass up out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry, nigga. The hell wrong with you, boy? They gonna come on my channel and tell me to calm down. Nah, nigga, I'm gonna block your ass. Get the fuck on, nigga. Yeah, do y'all see the type of shit I be dealing with every day? I'm telling y'all this. Comprehension skills on zero. It's sad. It's sad. I'm telling y'all this, bro. Right? People don't even listen to what you say. I'm telling you. I'm going to say this again. I think it was foul play. I'm saying it again. But I think it was a contributing factor that he potentially did drown. Once again. Once again. Once again. I don't understand what people don't understand about that. Right? Period. And I'm telling you what it is. No, I would not work with Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson talk all this shit, and he don't even got his own house in order. That nigga Umar Johnson, I would never respect a nigga like that. He demonized the woman that took care of his mama, nigga, when his mama was sick. The woman who took care of your mama, nigga, if a woman took care of your mama when your mama was sick, nigga, you need to sit down and shut the fuck up, nigga. Period. That woman took care of your mama when your mama was sick, nigga. There ain't nothing else to talk about. You went around talking about how her box was stinking and shit like that. You should have never did that shit, and I can't respect that shit, nigga. Nigga had his own daughter out here cooking his ass and putting him on blast. Nobody want to hear that shit. Tell that nigga open the school, nigga. Nobody want to hear all that, nigga. Open the school, nigga. Hold on. So yeah, cut the cap, man. Nobody want to hear that shit, man. Nigga, I don't want to hear his character, nigga. Your character shouldn't be tearing down the same thing you tell people to build up. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. That lady took care of his mama, nigga. He talked about her like a dog, nigga. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. That's cap, nigga. Then anybody who donated to him and asked him about the school, he cussed them out. So yeah, man, y'all niggas crazy, man. Y'all niggas sit up here, man. Let that nigga run that game on y'all, man. Nobody want to hear that shit, bro. That nigga, like I said before, that nigga talked about a woman like a dog that took care of. That nigga talk about that nigga. He talk about that girl mama talk about that girl, her box like that shit, and completely humiliate that girl like that. That nigga getting this shit, bro. People that was supporting that nigga gave that nigga all this money and asked that nigga, hey man, what's up with the school? He gonna snap on them when they planted seeds into his desires and his dreams that ain't never came to fruition. But he act like they ain't got no say. But he ain't get that money back, did he? Y'all nigga crazy as hell. Y'all nigga fall for that same trick every time, nigga. Right? I don't know how y'all listen to a nigga give y'all all this advice and he don't even got his own shit straight with his own daughter, nigga. Period. Nah, I don't want to hear about no great points, nigga. The devil can tell you something you want to hear. Don't mean you should take that advice. Period. Telling y'all this stuff, man. So I don't want to hear nothing that nigga got to say. He ain't bringing nothing good to me. Once you start lying and shit you saying, I don't want to hear nothing, bro. Real talk, man. He ain't even had the facts right to say that was Nolan's biological father. He kept saying stepfather like that ain't that nigga real daddy. When that's his real daddy. Yo, shout out to this person talking about water conditions, talking about scuba. Facts. These motherfuckers on the internet talking, and they ain't never be around. Why I be on the water every fucking day? I can show you motherfucking pictures and videos. Every day we be out on the fucking jet skis. People don't understand that open water, that shit is treacherous. Motherfuckers come on YouTube. Oh, he was a great swimmer. Okay, get your motherfucking ass in there. Then if you think you're a great swimmer, go right in that same area they found him and tell me can you survive in those murky waters like that underwater. And I'm telling people this, like, yo, you don't even know what we don't got all the evidence yet. I still think it's foul play that was involved with it, but I do think it's a possibility that foul play could have led to him drowning. These people came on my channel. No, I don't think that nigga, because he was a great swimmer. Nigga, are you not hearing what I'm saying? It's sad, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. Yo, I'm gone, man. Like, share, subscribe, man.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.